Yo, what's up, people? Welcome back to my channel. Guess what? Today is story time. Woo! Story, story. Okay. Um, so in my last story time video, I don't know why I'm calling it story time, but anyways, whatever. I told you about how my first ever paranormal experience. Okay. Now we're gonna go into the second one. And the second one is most probably the worst or the most intense one in my life. Super crazy. And I'll never forget it. Still at school, maybe a couple of years later, 3, 4 years later, I'm a lot older at this stage. Um, how old did I say I was in the last one? Like 6, 7 years old. This I must have been 12. No, like 10. So maybe 2, 3 years later. Yeah. Okay, a bit older. This guy from school. Can't remember who it was. Sorry, I'm bad at remembering things. But I'm going to get into this video and I'm going to try and remember as much as possible. I'm so sorry. So I'm at school and a friend of mine comes up to me. He's like, yo, I've learned this new game. I'm like, okay, cool. What game is it? And he's like, I don't know, some like ghost game, like, when you're kids, you play ghost games. People know like glassy or, things like that. Like, paranormal games, whatever. Um, since that time that I'm going to explain everything to you soon, but since then, I've never seen this game being played by anyone ever. I don't know what it was called. Can't remember how to play it. Can't remember any of that. Okay. All I know is he showed me, and it was crazy. He showed me with knickknacks. I remember we had knickknacks. Now I don't know if you know what knickknacks is. I'll put a little picture up here for you. But basically, take a knickknack, or literally you can take anything. Obviously not something that's like super, like you can't break it. Knickknacks, and then I ended up using crayons. I can remember using crayons, those little things. Anyways, you put it and you wrap it in an A4 piece of paper and you hold the A4. So now the chip is here in the middle and you're holding here. Okay, you put it to the side, you take it, put it there that you're not looking at it. No one must look at the piece of paper. I know that sounds dodge, but I swear to you, I did not. It wasn't a thing where I was like, oh, while no one's looking, snap the thing. No jokes, holding it on the side so the chip's in the middle. Look away, say words. Can't remember what the words were. Don't want to remember because of obviously my experience. Anyways, so you say some words, and then everyone, I think you have to maybe do a little count or something, and then when everyone look back, you take the piece of paper, you unravel it, and whatever was inside the piece of paper is snapped in half every single time. Like, no jokes. I did it, must have did it at school like 3 or 4 times. Snapped in half. Was so like, this is the craziest thing I've ever seen in my life. Went home, and my sister was there. My sister's 4 years older than me. Okay. Did it for her with a crayon. Okay, so small crayon. They were this big, the crayons. Looked away, put it down, looked away, said the words. Everyone looked back, unraveled it. There was 3 of us. It was me, my sister, and her friend. Opened the thing, and the crayon was snapped in half again. Like, when I say snapped, it almost looks like someone literally just cut it with a blade, super sharp blade, inside the paper, in half. Okay, I'm stressing that because it's freaky, and I was so like, this is amazing. Like, what the hell is doing it? Like, how does it work? And my sister's like, no, you're lying. This isn't a thing, you know? So I do it again. And after I do it again, and I open it up, I show her, I'm like, look, again. And she's like, no, 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 that was the previous one. I'm like, no, here's the previous one. And I'll whip out the other one, or find the other one, put it, both of them in half. And not even 2 minutes later. Okay, this is just from my memory. I don't know if it was 2 minutes later, but anyways, I digress. 2 minutes later, we start hearing like someone, like a ghost basically, or a spirit or something that's talking to us. Okay. Can't remember if it was literal words, but it was something just coming from like up. It felt like it was like, I'll never forget what it sounded like. It was coming from, you know, this direction, like from like looking up, and someone was like trying to communicate with us. So we all just shut ourselves, literally just ran out of the room, freaked out completely. And then I think it was me and my sister's friend. We went back into the room like, maybe it was nothing. And the same noises from inside the room. We just ran out, okay? From there, I don't remember hearing or seeing anything else happen. But apparently my dad, without me knowing, I didn't know he did it. But I know that he got people into bless the house. And after someone came in to bless the house, apparently there was nothing that happened again. Okay, so that's basically the story, but it doesn't end there. The reason why my dad apparently got the priest to come in is one night he slept in my room. Now I think that noise that we heard, I think it was in my sister's room, not in my room. But my dad slept in my bedroom. I think maybe because, like, I don't know, I used to get like night terrors when I was younger. Don't know if it had anything to do with that stuff, but I used to get night terrors. Maybe something happened, and I was laying in by my mom. My dad used to do security work, so he would come home like super late. Anyways, by the way, I literally only found this, like, my dad only told me the story like much late, like years. I mean, like maybe like 5 years ago he told me the story. He said he was laying in my bed and something woke him up, and when he looked forward, he saw this shadow of like he said it looked like a person that was just like floating up there. And my dad, like, I'm not gonna say he's a skeptic, because obviously this happened to him, but it's not like he looks for, you know, things like this. Anyways, I'm sure at that time he was a skeptic. Anyways, huge shadow. He always tells me the story. Well, he told me the story. Sorry, I'm getting all like, just calm down. It's because it's freaking me out thinking about it, like getting chills. So my dad says he sees this shadow guy. Looks like a human, whatever, shadow. And the shadow like flies and just like swoops down. He says, and it goes like, so it must have gone like this far away from him in the bed. So while he's laying down, it just like went over the bed, like over his body. So he's laying flat. It just started going over, and as it's going over him, he's getting like, his hair is just standing up, and it like, you know, like went over him, and everything just like stood up, and he got chills. He was so freaked out. That's why he got the priest to come in. So yeah, so I think I summoned some real demon or ghost shit into the house playing this game. I mean, as I said, I was still quite young, but knew what I was doing. Thought it was a fun thing. Apparently not. So my dad got the priest to come in, and ever since then, yeah, there wasn't anything that happened again. And yeah, we moved out of that house like two years later or something. But yeah, that's my story. Hope you guys enjoyed it. I'm gonna try and make this one a little bit more like, background music or background stuff, or I don't know, whatever. But yeah, hope you guys enjoyed it. That was my story time. I'll check you guys. Oh yes, subscribe and click the notification bell. And I'll see you guys in the next video. Cheers, Matt. Bye.